Hi, and welcome. My name is Chowo, and we're playing Not for Broadcast. Apparently the full version of this game now released. Let's continue. A Proportionate Response. Let's go. Let's continue. We will see what it will be. Village notice board. Okay, how it will be this time? What problem we will have here? A proportionate response. Oh, day 371. A proportionate response. The rest of your shift passes in a blur, with the same words going around and around in your head. Operatives working for advanced detonated nuclear explosives. Initial estimates put the death toll into the millions. Did this really just happen? Manageable death? Okay. You pull into the driveway with no memory of the journey home. The light in the front room is on. Clearly someone else is still awake. The door creaks open in the living room and you find Sam sitting on the sofa, staring at the TV. The screen is off and they're clearly lost in thought. You take a seat beside them and put a reassuring hand on their shoulder. They don't look at you, but they do reach up to take your hand in theirs. Now you're closer. You can see Sam's face more clearly. You see a look you've never seen before. Chris and Susie, they're both. I know, what do we do? What the hell can we do? The bastards killed Chris and Susie, and millions of others, all because of their freaking war, which we never asked for. Where there should be tears, there's only fire. Pure, raw fury. They are manic now. I hate them, Alex. I know you've never been a fan of Advance, but after this, they're monsters. I need to know you understand that. That we can't just be indifferent. We need to actually do something. Advance did what was necessary. I'm glad they were— what? To do what was needed? No, I don't think it's simple. The country is suffering. This war has to end. Nothing can justify what they did, and anyone who tries is just as bad as they are. No, it's just there might be some opinions. You cannot be so close to it. I don't think it's that simple. The country is suffering. This war has to end. Seriously, Alex, Advance have crossed the line and we can't let it stand anymore. Sam takes both your hands in there and looks at you, the tension clear in their voice. This isn't a situation where you can pick the middle ground. Advance killed Chris. They killed our daughter, Alex. I will never ever forgive them for that. And if you can... Sam, please, it's not all black and white. They had no choice. No, okay. You're right. What they've done is... I'm agree that what they have done is unforgivable. I'm disagree with that anyone who tried to justify their actions somehow, they're as bad as them. That's not true. Relief spreads over Sam's face like a wave, and they collapse against you, clutching tightly. Clearly this was weighing heavily on them. You're not sure you're even processed it all fully yet, but at least you'll get through it together. Okay, next. 1 week. A final farewell. The last week has passed in a blur, a rush of things to do, but all immediately forgotten. Your memory clouded by a dark fog. 9 days since the so-called Liberation Night, and the beginning of Advance's new future. You weren't the first ones at the church today. You were staggered by the number of people who have come to mourn with you. Everyone here for the same reason, sharing the same pain. The same sense of loss is written all over their faces, much as it would be on yours. You step away from everyone else, needing space to gather your thoughts. Your little girl, Susie, and Chris too, both just gone. Sam has said little since that evening, clearly still in shock. Not that you could blame them, you haven't been much better. Sam appears silent and squeezes your hand tightly, an act of desperation seeking comfort. and you squeeze back. Some small piece of you can't help but wonder, are you partly to blame? These scars will not fade quickly. There hadn't even been coffins to bury. Okay. Ooh, what? A year? Something like a year. An academic exodus. It's a seemingly ordinary morning, but as you get into work, you find a small crowd gathered in the break room. When you go in to grab your first cup of tea of the day, you can't help but overhear some excited chatter. You didn't hear? Yeah, another one's gone missing. What's that bring the total up to now? Oh, I should think over 100 at this point. They won't all have been reported or not yet. Sorry, what's going on? An excited young woman turns to you and begins to explain. Another professor went missing from Queensview University. With all the other disappearances over the last year, scientists, doctors, researchers. She pauses before lowering her voice to a whisper. It's clearly disrupt targeting the people speaking out against them. I even heard advance are struggling to prevent further. A deep familiar voice from behind you interrupts. What exactly is going on here? A silence overtakes the room as you all turn in unison towards the doorway. Bozeman clears his voice before continuing. I've told you before, I don't want to hear about the so-called disappearances. Come on now, people. Advance have been very clear that they're nothing to worry about, which means they're not our problem. And unless they start classing cappuccinos as intellectual, I don't think anyone here has anything to worry about. Best get back to work. Bozeman holds up a hand to keep you as everyone else files out of the room. Look, I know you have a habit of doing what you want, but things are different now. Advance runs the show, and they're made their feeling clear. So now I'm doing the same. Channel 1's official position is that the government has things well in hand, nothing more, nothing less. I trust I won't be hearing talk about this again. He gives you a curt nod before leaving. It seems that for better or for worse, public ownership is now in full swing. The sounds are actually pretty loud, at least for me. Another year? Half a year. Yeah, something like that. A spark to light the flames. You're surprised to find Sam in bed next to you when you wake up. They must have gotten very late last night from drinks with the folks from school. You decide to let them sleep in and enjoy a lazy Sunday morning. With the house quiet, you decide to bring some breakfast into the living room to watch some TV while you eat. This is breaking news. Reports are coming in from across the country that large swathes of farmland went up in flames last night, as part of what authorities are calling a heinous and well-planned act of terrorism by the group known as Disrupt. You drop your spoon back into the porridge and turn up the volume. In addition to food stores, which government sources have said will put a strain on universal menu centers countrywide, a number of CCO and civic buildings were targeted in last night's attack. According to Prime Minister Julia Salisbury, specific prisons and re-education and betterment facilities were raided, and a small selection of problematic and potentially dangerous individuals were forcibly extracted from lawful custody. You hold your breath, waiting to hear if anyone got hurt. Unfortunately, it appears that the CCOs were ill-prepared for an event like this, and Disrupt seemed much more effective and well-organized in comparison. While most of the targeted locations were thankfully empty of people given the lateness of the hour, the betterment centers were fully staffed when they came under attack. 17 CCOs and 4 administrative staff lost their lives as a result of the brutal actions of Disrupt last night, with countless more injured, many seriously and rushed to hospital. A few Disrupt members were captured during the conflicts, but the vast majority seem to have evaded capture so far. More on the story as it develops. You go to turn off the TV. but something catches your eye before you do. Footage at one of the crime scenes that's been looping around the smoking shell of a CCO building. A very distinctive lighter, clearly from Erkistan. It's too small to make out clearly, but there's definitely an engraving on it. Here? Is there? Can I see it? Hey! He said a porridge. There's no porridge. Toast and coffee. What have you and Chippy got yourself caught up in? Erkistan. Okay, a month. So what's happened next? Ooh, we're working! Nice. What it will be? Ooh, the Uprising. Day 912. A year and a half since Liberation Night. Ooh. Nope.
Alex? Are you receiving? This is Alan James. The revolution starts tonight, Alex, and we need your help. Throughout this broadcast, we're going to ask you to do things that will directly help with this mass protest. I'll be talking to you regularly tonight, and I'll also be hacking you when I can. Please help get our message out. We're on the verge, Alex. You've always been fair and balanced in your approach to us. With your help, we can tip the balance in our favor.
Okay.
If you play our tape at the second break, that's when we think it will have the most impact. It's on your right.
Crazy Neil, future leaders.
By a chance to see the very last episode of Just the Job.
So what?
How's he doing?
How should I know?
Haven't heard from him.
He's a wanted criminal, Colin.
So's my nan, but she never misses her birthday.
Your grandmother's on the run, Colin.
Yeah. Armed robbery, resisting arrest, double homicide on the same bloke. She's right laugh.
I hope he's alright though. No, he's got this far.
See? On the second. Okay.
Seconds, everybody. Wonder what they're doing. Annoying him, probably. Not probably, definitely. Going in 5, 4.
Oh, I can go there.
Good evening. This is the National Nightly News broadcasting across the territories. My name is Megan Wolf. Our top stories tonight. Future legend. It's been 40 days since Disrupt conducted multiple attacks across the territories. During the coordinated action, subsequently dubbed the Night of Fire, emergency services were kept busy at the agricultural centres, while a series of covert attacks were carried out freeing political prisoners, including former newsman Jeremy Donaldson. Nothing's been heard from the missing journalist since the violent Disrupt attack on his convoy 6 weeks ago. Donaldson was on his way back to Betterment after his notorious court appearance.
I want to see him.
All of us here at Channel 1 hope that wherever he is now, he's safe. Food
She's the
will
best
be
of them.
food. With the last of the menu centres opening in territories 5, 8 and 14 today, Advance confirmed that the programme is now in full operation, providing free food for every citizen of the new future. What started as rationing during the 20-week war has blossomed into a social contract that is the envy of the unawakened.
Let's go with this one.
Jack Tractorpants, spokesman for the menu centres, said today that while they can guarantee the contents of every box is nutritious, the actual quality of the meals you cook depends on whether you have a touch of Chef Jordan Rankley or the culinary skills of a professional footballer.
Yeah.
If I were a rich man, problems in territories 11, 17 and 22 today as striking bosses attempted to undermine their new economies. With seemingly no awareness of irony, the former CEOs and MDs have come together to form the
okay, let's go about traffic.
Including a return to 150% bonuses, private jets, and mandatory grovelling zones. In an annoying show of petulance, the former elites drove their luxury vehicles at 10 miles per hour up and down the motorways of their respective territories. The coordinated protest of elites inconvenienced several 100,000 of their employees. Some fun now. Signs of ever more resistance to advance's radical policies today as popular resistance movement Disrupt extended their reach further across the territories.
Ooh.
The organization's emblem appeared in every major city across the territories last night in a well-coordinated publicity stunt, which has seen them dominate the headlines. Asked about the impressive display earlier today, Disrupt spokesperson Alan James said that the movement was reaching what he described as a critical mass. A poor choice of words given recent history. And endings of sorts tonight for three stories we've been reporting on. First tonight, stroke my head and call me Bishop. Although responsibility proved a commercial
there's no difference.
due to men's inability to regularly take it, an unforeseen side effect of the drug has seen it relaunched today as Baldylocks. Promising an end to male pattern baldness, the launch has follically challenged men celebrating throughout the territories. Frank Slapbegon, pictured here just 1 hour after taking the rebranded medication, enthused that his wife, and I quote, will sleep better now that the reading light isn't bouncing off my head and keeping her awake. It's just a body. A picture received today has shed some light on the activities of the
There's no difference.
that were left behind in Dante's taint. The image seems to show that after the simpler scientists were sidelined from salvation, they've eschewed scholarly study in favour of physical intimacy. Their abandoned families insist that they're carrying out complex biological investigations, while this anchor points out that the scientists, they were always bound to experiment. Man united, they're happily ever after for Johnny Hamsleeves and
There's
partner,
no difference.
Eric Justice,
For-
who finally tied the knot this week. Speaking as the pair headed off for their honeymoon,
Is it
territory
the
15,
changes?
Johnny acknowledged
Like,
that there would be many
before at the
worlds
start,
that
you
wouldn't
still
be
have
the
some
choice of partner.
choice.
I think it's
This
time
time,
people grew up.
because of advance, we have no choice.
All that, plus we'll be taking a trip to Dangley Parks for the notice board, as well as getting a sneak peek at the hottest ticket in town. That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
Okay. Okay, we're going here.
But first, 500 days after the loss of the start of tonight's programme is dedicated to remembering and
Woo.
celebrating the
I was
life
bad
of
at this.
Peter Clement. Patrick Bannon is live from Parliament Park, where Julia Salisbury will be breaking ground on what will soon be a memorial garden in Peter's honour. Patrick.
Listening to that old bitch lying through her teeth about missing that poor bastard.
Patrick.
I don't know what I'm going to do.
We're live.
Because I'm not being funny. Things were better with Peter, weren't they?
Patrick.
They were, and I don't mind saying it. They were, because he held her back. But now there's no stopping her.
Hello, Patrick, we're
Of
live.
course, can't say that, can I, Francis? No, not with public ownership. No, with public ownership, you can't say anything these days. She's lost it, mate. She's completely off the rocker. I heard from an aide that... Hello, Megan, you join me here live from the what? Hello, Megan, you join me here live from the what?
Seems like we've lost some signal there for a moment. Well, we will be going live to that groundbreaking ceremony just as soon as we can get Patrick back. Meanwhile, let me just say, I think the memorial gardens are going to be gorgeous. I've had a sneak peek at the designs, and Alana Marsh has done a fabulous job.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, it seems like we have got the signal back. We can now go live to Patrick Bannon in Parliament Park. Patrick.
Thank you, Megan.
Patrick.
I'm Patrick Bannon, and we are indeed live
What they did to him?
here. Apologies for the technical difficulties there, but any moment now, Julia Salisbury will step out on stage behind me.
Alex, Bozeman
and
here.
dedicate
The boys in
garden to
editing
a
have just
great
informed me that the eulogy footage isn't fully cut
Peter
together yet.
Clement.
You're going to have to do it on the fly.
The
For goodness sake, make sure you make it look good.
Slowly gathering since this afternoon.
This is Alan. You can undermine them here and help us win hearts and minds.
Despite
Make them look bad, Alex. Really bad.
And it seems like the ceremony is getting underway. Here is Prime Minister Julia Salisbury, the picture of elegance, to begin her address.
Good evening, fellow teammates and friends. 500 days ago, all of our lives changed irrevocably. Still reeling from the triumphs and tribulations of Liberation Night, another great loss befell the people of these newly united territories. The loss of a leader, a statesman, a dear friend, and a hero. Peter Gordon Clement.
Peter's death at the age of just 62, of course, announced by the team on the 24th of December, just 6 weeks after Liberation Night.
Born to a working-class family on a housing estate in Rotherham, Peter first trained as a carpenter before getting his start on television. First moving and building scenery, and then developing into the personality that we all knew and loved so much.
Just the Job first hit our screens over 25 years ago, running for 11 series, winning multiple awards, and charming audiences up and down the country.
Peter taught us, all of us, not to be content with the way things are, not to accept inequities, no matter how small. But he also taught us what it took to fight them.
What's wrong?
Courage, integrity, empathy, and hard, bloody graft.
Across a career spanning 3 decades, Peter Clement was known for shows including Wake Up, It's Saturday, and much later, late-night chat show Petey, which at its peak drew millions of viewers.
Petey.
Peter was by no means a saint. Trust me, he once told me he had more regrets than he'd had stolen dinners. He always did have a knack for a turn of phrase. But it speaks to the strength of his character that he chose to share with us his mistakes alongside his achievements, his faults as well as his talents. Peter had the heart to give it all he had for the people of these united territories.
Famous for his potty mouth, it's estimated conservatively that Clement uttered over 1.5
nice moment.
million swear words during his career, though some sources put this figure well in excess of 2
So
million
we're getting
F-bombs
more.
alone.
Gripped by illness as he was in the weeks and months leading up to Liberation Night, he wasn't the man we loved. But his eyes still twinkled with that familiar joy for life, that
So that's what we need to do.
Wisdom of a life lived for others.
Prime Minister Clement, of course, died from apparent liver failure after suffering from the long-term effects of alcohol abuse.
I first met Peter nearly 20 years ago, moments before I was supposed to give a speech. Not unlike this one, actually. Only I'd spilt coffee all down myself. And I was young, nervous, desperate to be liked. And from behind me, I heard, "Christ, pet, you've either pissed your kecks or sprung a leak, but either way, you got a problem." And before I could even say a word, he stripped off his dry trousers and insisted I took them. That was the sort of man that Peter Clement was. Kind, compassionate,
Do you like it?
a brilliant thinker, a natural leader, but mostly a good man.
Yeah, a good man.
This glorious, this so beautiful and new, this shining beacon of
Thank you, Alex.
equality and
There'll be another opportunity to steer public perception soon. It's really starting. You'll know when.
his
Really?
ambition and
I hope you will tell me
future he
when.
forged, the boundaries he pushed. To me, he'll always
Why?
be the man in his pants cheering on a stranger at the back of the conference. It is my great honour to give to you the Peter Clement Memorial Garden. Should we see if we can get a countdown going? Everyone with me? 10, 9, 8, 7.
Whoa!
Now, Alex, control the message.
I'm not leaving, I can't.
Oi!
You two, come with me. Don't panic. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay.
Stop resisting and we'll let you up.
Not resisting! Fuck
What are you doing?
I'm not resisting! You all saw! Not resisting!
I am the Prime Minister, and if I give you an order...
Turn the camera on.
Wait, do you understand? Do you understand?
Yes,
Yes,
Mom!
Keep your eyes open.
Look at me. Look.
Fuck are you?
Oh, I can't hear you. I can't hear anything.
Yes. Medics,
I can't hear you. I'm from the National Nightly News.
well, then you can consider this payback. Salisbury's still here. Julius Salisbury! You were guilty of the murder of more than 10
Target armed.
Target armed.
Haven't you done enough? Look around you.
Fucking
This is what
time.
your precious freedom looks like, is it? Under fire! Oh, God, no.
Rise up! Take to the streets, the time has come! Stop fires! Break windows, draw them out! They can't stop us all! Resist! Distract!
Lower your weapons!
Location secure.
Lower your weapons!
Granted. None.
It was unnecessary. Can't you see?
Shut that off. I said turn it off.
Not off.
I said turn it off.
Shocking scene.
Is this not enough? You've just seen them execute unarmed civilians. People like you and me. So why are you watching this? Why are you not in the streets with us tonight? What will it take for you to get up and be a part of this? March on team headquarters, storm the building, demand elections, demand answers. Be what you were born to be, the once and future free.
That means by now. Don't go away. We'll be back after this.
Thank you, Alex. From all of us, you're doing great.
I don't know. It doesn't look so great.
This is becoming a weekly event. No, it's different tonight. This is the big one. Great.
So, second break we launch C. I must remember that.
Journalism, apparently.
We get set for the next sequence.
Alex,
D.
during this next section, a cameraman working in the newsroom who's one of us is going to get a coded location out. We don't know yet which camera he's on, but if we find out, I'll let you know. Just keep your eyes out for the fist and try and keep it on the air for at least 5 seconds. Our operatives will do the rest.
Okay, I hope that I can react fast enough. Doesn't look like I actually... you need to replay it to make it perfect. Yeah.
Oh my God, Jenny! What? No, look at it.
That's 10 seconds, everybody.
Just leave this with me, yeah?
Excuse me?
I know where we should go with this.
Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News with me, Megan Wolfe. Very shortly, we'll be taking our daily trip down to the village for the notice board. But first, let's have a quick catch-up with Mr. Jeff de Plume.
Yeah. Right. Listen up, you lot. We need to get a few things straight.
Everything okay, Jeff?
You're not exactly fans of what we're trying to do in here. You've made that perfectly clear.
So what's going on, Jeff?
I'm just having a little word with the viewers, Megan. Don't worry yourself about it. Now.
Jeff? Seems like you've forgotten where you are, Jeff.
Well, I am.
Which is a shame. A real shame.
Okay. Let's go up.
We've just heard our man's on camera 4.
As you know, Megan, we do our segment on the show every...
Get back to the interview, Alex.
It's increasingly clear to me that nobody likes it.
Would you say that?
I don't have to. You should see some of the letters I get.
Oh, I would love to see some of those letters personally, Jeff.
Well, luckily, I brought them all with me here. Yeah.
You're a very small man, aren't you?
Yeah. Now, there's been a lot of misunderstandings.
Excellent work, Alex. That's the location shared. Next, you'll need to give them the go.
If it's all right with you.
Well, yes, our viewers are our top priority, so I think that's a good idea.
Good, I couldn't agree more. Right, yeah, this one annoyed me.
Dominic from Rantley wrote, Dear arrogant, talentless oaf. I think it's addressed to Tommy, but still. You're not funny, you're annoying, and I wish you'd all go and live in the sea.
That's be hard to hear, isn't it? What would you say to Dominic?
Yeah, I'd say that 3 Screenwriters Awards and a TV Digest nomination beg to differ.
He's brought them with him.
Yeah. Unfortunately, a lot of that lot agree with Dominic.
Does look that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, what have we got? Oh, yeah, Janet from Sanforth wrote, fuck off, Jeff. Fair enough.
Yeah.
What have we got? Oh, yeah, this one. We've got blah, 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 Philippa's talent, yada, yada, Tommy's fine. And here we are. But you, Jeff, are the most pointless waste of airtime since the test card.
Hang on, this one, Dear Genius.
Hey!
Your show is the greatest waste of time. Never mind.
Right, fine. Right, yeah, this one. Someone's drawn a picture in what I assume is ketchup next to my home address with a message that just reads, you're a shitty man.
Quite good. This one simply reads, I watch
What's
this
happening
rubbish, which I assume is a spelling mistake, but either way, it's just very confusing.
Yeah. Fuck off. Oh, I read that one.
Yeah, so the strength of feeling here is strong.
Yeah.
I would say, Jeff. What do you want to say to the people at home?
I would say there's an easy explanation, Megan, yeah? As you know, we are unbelievably funny in here, yeah? So it seems to me quite obvious that certain people upstairs are so unbelievably bad at their jobs.
Careful now.
Yeah, or, and I think this more likely, are deliberately trying to ruin the show. Alex Winston, you just be glad that security won't let me up there anymore, all right?
So you're blaming the notice board's poor ratings on our long-suffering broadcast team?
I am, yeah. They're making us look like a bunch of pricks out there, Megan.
Listen, while our skilled broadcast team might have made a few errors that have led to some sloppy segments, I really don't think that's fair.
Yeah? Well, I think that's bullshit.
If you go then and get ready. Whew, that was Jeff de Plume there, creator and writer of the notice board. Just a reminder, if you do have any comments or criticism about Jeff, you can send those in. He clearly reads them all, so please do keep them coming. But now it's time, maybe for the last time, to head over to the notice board.
Fuck. Oh, fuck. I've forgotten the line. Can we go again? Okay.
What happened?
It's got again.
What a day!
What a day! First a tea morning, and then to post this notice. I don't know how I managed to cope with it all. Oh, wait. Perhaps I do. Oh, bus sake, Barnabas, what on earth is all this?
Freeze, dirtbag!
Oh, shit. Laura,
Oh, yeah.
I thought you were a knife-wielding mugger or stabber.
I'm afraid not. It's just me, a community cohesion officer, responsible for keeping crime at record lows.
Of course, I keep forgetting that thanks to you and your team, violence in our streets is a thing of the past.
What's all this, Vicar?
I know.
It's time for the go code. Give us 3 boos in a row, Alex. That will start the pincer movement. We might just pull this off. Push forward! 3 boos, Alex.
Careful, Vicar. It looks heavy.
Ha! Now don't call me the Right Reverend Ripped for no reason.
Yes!
It's no good. It's no good.
Looks like all those crucifit classes were a waste of time.
Maybe you, a young CCO, will be able to lift it.
2 for 2. Fantastic.
Looks like all of those lifting classes were a waste of time.
It's too heavy, even for me.
You did it, Alex. We're good to go.
To lift this...
3, right?
Did someone call for the best firefighter in town? Hiya!
Thank you, Captain Evans. You're so much stronger than us.
Especially me, the weak old man.
It's the least I could do for my community.
No luck catching the little devil then?
Unfortunately not. The ferret struck again last night. When Ray opened the post office this morning, he found that every single stamp had been pre-licked.
My God!
Some people have no decency.
Sadly, if we don't catch him before tomorrow, we may have to cancel the village fete.
Don't worry. We won't let that happen. Will we, Vicar?
No, no. Laura, tell me, why do they call him the ferret?
Some say it's because of his sneaky nature, but really it's because whenever he strikes, he always leaves behind the foul stench of urine.
Never fear, officer. We'll catch this pissy nuisance and save the village fate.
Why are they acting like this?
Captain Danger Evans. The community cohesion team are doing their best, but they simply don't have the smarts to solve this mystery. But I know someone who does. Someone who's about to blow this thing wide open. Me! Blackout!
It doesn't work.
Ah, it's the morning of the fete now, thanks to theatrical convention.
I sure hope everything goes to plan. Oh, look, there's Mrs. Craven setting up her cake stall.
And look, there's the motorcycle display team setting up for a show that would be too expensive to show on television.
I'm setting up the coconut shy. What are you doing, Vicar?
Well, first, I'm running the top.
Now we're doing a good
and then
show.
I'm selling forgiveness for money.
Aren't you judging the jams?
I couldn't possibly.
Oh, that sounded like Mrs. Craven. Looks like someone sucked all the jam out of her donuts.
The damn ferrets are struck again.
Whatever are we to do?
Although I'm very competent, I have no idea how to solve this case.
I guess we'll have to cancel the fete.
Hold it right there, ferret.
Okay, we're returning.
Have you been drinking from the fire extinguishers again?
Not you, the vicar.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Reverend!
Admit it. You wanted the village fete cancelled so you could have the day off, didn't you?
Vicar, is this true?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Reverend!
Admit it. You wanted the village fete cancelled so you could have the day off, didn't you?
Vicar, is this true?
Hang on.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Reverend!
No, stop. We've got stuck. Let's just... hold it right there, ferret.
Me? Have you been drinking from the fire extinguishers again?
Not you, the vicar.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Admit it. You wanted the village fete cancelled so you could have the day off, didn't you?
Vicar, is this true?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Reverend!
No!
What's
Someone stop
happening?
this.
I think you.
Yeah. Admit it, you wanted the fete cancelled so you could have a day off, didn't you? Vicar, is this true? Yes. I already have to work Sundays.
I already have to work Sundays. I shouldn't have to work 2 days a week.
Vicar, is this true?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Reverend!
Okay, sorry, we're just going to have to cut short the final episode of the Notice Board.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep. It's really sad, but I think it really has run its course.
No. There's a good bit coming up where I solve the whole thing.
It is a shame.
Nah.
It's a real shame.
No.
I would like to thank you all.
Look,
very
let's
much.
just go on with the last bit. Tommy, Tommy. For fuck's sake, you late! Right, fine. I already after work Sundays?
It's something about,
God fucking damn it!
So thanks again to the cast of the notice board. So much.
But how did you know? My first clue was the smell.
The hundreds of lessons and the laughs over the last
right.
year
I do
and a
smell
half.
of urine. Right. Next, I noticed that the vicar's tongue was particularly dry, almost as if he'd been licking thousands and thousands of stamps.
It sounds like there's some.
But at least we ended on a high. It's almost time to take a break there. When we come back, we'll be seeing the opening number of a brand new musical.
You'll fucking regret this!
That's coming up after these messages.
That's the ads. Let's strike this.
See?
By the bins.
Sorry, did that actually just happen?
Wasn't it amazing?
This show will not be the same without him.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Alex, this station is supposed to be unbiased. Your partisan behavior will end up getting us taken into public ownership even sooner. Less revolutionary zeal. Do your job.
I'm doing. What's wrong with my job?
I'm here tonight to say I'm sorry and to beg for your forgiveness.
Okay, so this is really long.
One last push, Alex. We're closing in. One of the guests in the last section is working with us. You'll be asked to censor on our behalf. If you do it right, the final orders will be given. You'll get 3 chances. Get at least 2 of them right, and we're going to win this thing.
So it's a.
Happening, Alex. Tonight we take it back.
Which ones? They will be blue or they will be orange. I don't understand how it works. Like, orange is for them or against them. Like, red ones is against the bad words, like swearing. I don't know. Okay.
Been helping everyone else to take a seat at their table. Under advance, the country is poorer. It is poorer in ambition. It is poorer in aspiration. We are infantilized by advance's naive policies.
Please, Sarah, anything.
Sorry, Mum, I'm really not supposed to say.
Are we safe?
Hi, I'm Maddie. Jenny just said to ask if you need a touch-up.
I have
Did
forced
she?
myself out to the media to defend.
That's my shade, is it?
Yeah.
This is my shade?
My parents. I see that now. Mum, Dad.
You can run back to Jenny now.
Our only hope.
Sorry about that, Sarah. Nothing you can tell me. At all, like at all.
They said no one's died, that's all I can say.
10 seconds.
What's wrong with you?
She is in tears.
Ugh.
Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Later in this segment, we're hoping to be able to go back to Patrick Bannon at the scene of tonight's shocking Disrupt attack. But first, I'm delighted to be joined by the cast of the smash hit musical.
No, not musical.
I'll be speaking with the cast in a moment, but first, let's take a look at them in action. Please give a warm National Nightly welcome to the Novaries.
Not this one.
Hello? Doctor? Yes, I see. Thank you for letting me know. I have a decent life. I'm a happy, loving wife. And my job is well paid and fulfilling. I have a husband, John. He's due home soon, won't be long. And I have to tell him something that is absolutely chilling. We share coffee in the morning, and we make love every day. We take time alone together to talk and laugh and play. We prioritize our needs. We do charitable deeds. But the flowers of a happy life are now beset by weeds.
I'm home.
Oh, darling John. Oh, dearest John. There's something very wrong. I've just had a conversation with our doctor, David Wong, so please be seated. This news will make you feel defeated. The scans revealed a lump.
You poor unlucky chump. Is it cancer?
Worse, oh, John. We're having a baby.
How can this is me. Oh, woe is me. Why has this happened to me? I always wear 2 condoms for the maximum of safety.
In our tiny flat, we built a peaceful habitat. Now our lives are fucked. We're having a baby. Now you can't have any wine at Good Club.
And there won't be any time for foot rubs.
Now your hair will stink of weed.
And you'll start to disagree.
And forget about that holiday in Territory 3. No more waking up at 10:30. In fact, you're never going to get a good night's sleep again. No more snap decisions to go on to a club. You'll be lucky if you even make it out to the pub. Why can't we be more like our gay and lesbian chums?
The only glue they have to deal with comes from personal bums.
Now when I take a sick day at home,
The parasite won't leave you alone.
how he's grown.
We're our top priority.
I look after you, and you look after me. Ain't no trouble and strife. We got a childless life. No one wails and no one bawls. No one draws things on the walls.
A happy husband.
A wonderful wife. We got a childless life. We're having a baby. We're having a baby. Changing nappies daily.
So I must do this on by the rhythm.
No more weekends by the coast. Now your kid is uppermost. It's more than a passing craze to have childless days.
We're having a
Food
baby.
and drink thrown everywhere. Death trap toys at the top of the stairs. Every parent prays to have childless days.
We're having a baby.
No more spas and no more leaves.
We're having a baby.
18 years on bills and leaves. Time for a whole new phase. These
We're having a
childless
baby.
days. One more thing before the show begins. Have you considered that you might be having twins?
Woo, nice. Okay, this one was nice actually.
Amazing. The
Whew.
Novaries there, treating us to their opening number from Elegy for a Childless Life, which is currently the hottest ticket in the Capital Theatre District. And we'll be touring the territories later this year. Right then, come on you lot, come on down, let's go, don't be shy.
Hello. Hi, Megan. Hi. It's an honour to be here.
Oh, really? Are you fans of the show? Yes. Used to be. Well, listen, let's get stuck in. Your amazing musical. Now, I mean, not only do you perform this show every single night,
With matinees on Wednesday and Saturday.
right, but you're also the show's creators, am I right?
Well, everyone contributed their ideas, and then some of us went away and did the actual work on the script. But no, it's very much a team effort.
Oh, that's fantastic. How rude of me. I've not introduced any of you. I'll be the one being replaced next. Let's go down the line, shall we?
Hi, I'm Jack.
Jim Blunt. Pleasure to be here.
Jennifer Boreham Woodley.
Hello, I'm John Sapley. Used to be in the business professionally.
My name's Jill, with a J.
And I'm Janet. I'm the youngest.
That's incredible.
Yeah, yeah.
And you were all friends previously. I mean, what a coincidence, right?
What?
With your names beginning with a J.
Oh my goodness, guys! Our names all begin with J.
How have we never noticed that?
Because you haven't typed them out 1,000 times, maybe?
You knew? Why didn't you say anything?
I thought we all knew. bloody obvious, isn't it? I just thought we were doing a funny thing where we never mentioned it.
And I believe as well as being friends, you're also couples. In real life as well as in the show.
Well, well, not exactly.
I'm not married to him. I'm with Janet.
And I'm with John, you lucky bean.
Jim and I are married.
4 fabulous years.
Well, that must make for some confusion in the rehearsal room.
Well, you should have seen the first draft. Jen decided that Jack would play Jim, I would play Jack. Jen, Janet, Jill, Jen, Janet, Jill.
What about John?
Well, my character was originally just called Man 1.
It was allegorical.
It was very confusing.
Not for a professional.
After much toing and froing.
And gnashing and wailing.
And gin and tonic.
We decided that we'd just use our own names, which is less truthful.
We're also less likely to go into the wrong dressing rooms.
Oh, God, yeah, that would be very embarrassing, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Of course, when I first wrote it, we were only meant to run for a few nights at the Mimbley Village Hall, but when I registered it with the Department for Culture, it caught the eye of someone high up, and before you could say overnight sensation, we were transferring to the capital.
It's all been a bit of a roller coaster, really. I'm only 19. I'm the youngest.
You really don't have to repeat that.
I had to give up my job as a mortuary technician.
Well, yes, we all had to move to the capital.
I love that job.
It's been a very turbulent time.
So peaceful, no singing.
This piece isn't.
Stand by, Alex. Censor the orange.
It's about children.
Censor the orange. Okay.
And why you shouldn't have them.
Okay, that's good to
I guess
know.
it is political, with a small p. After all, we are a solid unit, and eagle-eyed audience members will see we nod our heads to advance on stage throughout, and we target the messaging at women aged 22, well, about 35, as they're the most likely to be afflicted by this terrible problem.
Terrible problem.
Having children.
You understand, Megan.
You clearly agree.
Okay, that's all?
This isn't about me.
Of course, we see that there are advantages to a family unit, but eagle-eyed couples watch as the little parasites advance on their lives, and there's no time to play the guitar, get through a book, or watch a movie. They're exhausted, passed out on the couch by 20 to 9, for God's sake.
You're very chatty tonight, dear.
Usually I'm the chatty one, because...
You're the youngest, we know. It's not a badge of honour, Janet.
Janet, please, Jennifer. Oh, well said, John. Thanks, Janet. Got you back.
So, could you just tell us what
Is that
the play
all?
about? What happens in it?
Well,
go ahead.
It's a tragedy, obviously. Jennifer, myself, and John have their child, and then the story charts the downfall of their hopes and dreams.
And there's lots of singing.
And dancing.
A lot.
My character works at a menu centre for a distribution unit. Eagle-eyed, she sees her friend's rapid advance to a pit of despair. Becoming a target for children's TV advertising at the age of 22, she decides to take drastic action. I can't really say more, though. I probably said too much already.
Yes. Let's not spoil the second act for anyone who might want to see it.
Which should be all of you.
Why?
For too long, we've been told that a life without children
Maybe he
is
said,
somehow
don't
incomplete.
censor
That
orange.
children are a blessing. Well, I've done the research, and they're not. Besides, there's already loads of bastards running around all over the place, so...
We just want people to have the option of a happy, child-free life without stigma. You know, when I was 14, before I had come out, I had an experience with a girl called Julia Jacobs. She was an experiment, I guess, you know, a chance to dip my toes into the...
Fascinating. Well, thank you all so much for coming in tonight. I really hope you keep them dancing in the aisles for many performances to come. The no grief there. And I am pleased to say we can now go back to Patrick Bannon to get the latest from the scene of tonight's horrific events. Patrick, are you okay?
Thank you, Megan.
Patrick.
This is Patrick Bannon reporting
It's
from
not
the
a
scene
Patrick.
of tonight's devastating and symbolic attack tonight this evening. An attack which I myself have found myself caught up in. I'm still a little dazed and a little deaf, Megan. So I hope you'll forgive me if I seem that it's time to speak with the Prime Minister. Mrs. Salisbury, that's you. You're still here. The Prime Minister.
I couldn't leave, not when there were people that needed help. Any team player would have done the same. I don't deserve praise for being human.
Yes, no accolades here. Or Palisades? Or lemonade? Right. So, is the situation now? Are we safe?
Yes, the security services performed their duties without hesitation. And I would like to assure the public that although there have been some injuries, there were no civilian deaths here this evening.
Oh, that's good news about the Sorry, did you say no deaths?
That's right. No civilian deaths. Just the 4 disrupt terrorists curtailed by law enforcement, who were, as always, so cohesive. If
What's
I may,
happening
I
there?
have a message for your viewers.
Of course. The camera, speak there, on the camera there.
Ooh.
Stay at home tonight. Do not become another casualty of war. Disrupt have had their moment, but as the dear departed Peter Clements once famously said, it ends today.
Thank you, Prime Minister, for those strong words of strength.
Strong words of
Back to the
strength.
studio. Megan, now in the studio with Megan Wolf now.
Patrick Bannon there, bravely reporting
Patrick Bannon.
the line of tonight's horrifying bombing. Maybe you need to get checked out.
Poor Patrick.
Brings us to the end of tonight's National Nightly News, but before tonight's National Nightly News.
Victory is in sight, my friends. You have mobilized.
Okay, I decided to go for Disrupt.
From our agents at the television networks risking arrest and getting those words to you, to the many hundreds and thousands gathering to invade team headquarters. As I speak, we are turning the tide, and it is time for change. Tonight we topple their regime, and we also silence their mouthpiece. Channel 1. Time to wake up.
Out from the shadows, and they are not the overwhelming force they would have you believe.
Okay.
The military have been actioned, and well, it's pretty scary tonight, so stay at home.
What's happening?
Channel 1, because the team has assured this program
What happened?
that the turbulence will soon be over, and we can once again focus our minds on building a new future with equality, fairness, and resources for all. My name is Megan Wolf. Let's make it.
Damn it, Alex. Tonight is the beginning of the fall of advance. Fighter jet, 11 o'clock.
Ooh, what the hell?
Charges reached, sir. Permission to detonate. Permission granted, old friend. We are going to detonate. Look out of your window, Alex. See what you helped make happen. She's coming down.
Is it really me? Okay, that's the end. Okay, and this might be the end for us, too. Sequence DEC, DEC, nice. The bigger they are. Broadcast grade D. Yeah, oh, that one's pretty good. Bad. Disrupt destroyed the Channel 1 broadcast tower, all offensive words were censored, an interference-free show, an exceedingly poor edit, advance angered by content, really? Disrupt effectively silenced, advance angered by content, Disrupt ruined the broadcast. You have received a slight dock to pay, current wealth manageable debt. Shares. Nice. Ooh, now I get money for oh, nice. World, more, Channel 1. Ooh. Okay, save and quit. I think we will end it here. Interesting, and we'll see what happens next time. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Smash like if you did. Leave your comments and subscribe. See you next videos. Bye.